This is the Uniden TCX905. There are a lot of other models that also have this single button here with 4 up and down, caller ID, and phone book. This button fails while the rest of the buttons work great. I have a repair kit, and this is the only reliable way to fix this phone. Anything else is not going to last very long. You can't just clean it because the buttons are totally destroyed. To get the phone open, what you're going to do is take out those 2 bottom screws. This is really easy. Once you got those 2 screws out, the bottom is a little bit loose, like that, and you want to pull it out and apply some pressure. And I have a flat screwdriver, but I don't want to get in there and pry it because I'll damage the housing, and if you slip, you might break stuff. I'm going to apply some pressure and just put it down on the groove and slide it up a little bit. There's a clip right there. See, and it popped out, and I wasn't prying or anything. I was just sliding it up. And there's another one right up here, like that. And the same thing on the other side. It'll be easier at this point. Just glide it up to that first clip, and that last one came right off on its own. You don't make sure you don't pull to get this apart because you'll break this wire here. Now, there are a bunch of screws in here. These up here are short, and these are a little bit longer, and the ones in the back are even longer. So I'm going to take these out and kind of put them in a different place, just so I don't get them mixed up. Okay, see on this one, okay, other ones I've done, so there's 3 short ones. I had short ones on the board and tall ones on this top board. And once we got all 5 of those out, just take this board out, and you'll see here, this is a snap dome, and it's got conductive paint on little plastic domes, and they do all the buttons except for that right there. The 4 buttons that fail are rubber contacts on this board, and they are destroyed. Every time I've seen it, they've been destroyed. Absolutely useless. You can't clean them. You can't coat them. If you coat them with conductive paint, it'll just fall off, build up on the contacts, and short out a button. This repair kit lasts forever and doesn't wear out, and the material, I've gone out this material with sandpaper. You can't destroy it. To install it, it's pretty simple. The hardest part is this is double-sided sticker, and we got to peel one of the sides off, and really just grab it with your fingernail and kind of pick it over. It doesn't matter which side we get off, so I got that side, and I'm just going to keep going with that, and do very carefully. You don't want to stretch it or anything. It's not difficult, but so it doesn't matter which way it lines up. It's a circle. But we got those 4 buttons, and if you are confused on which ones you're dealing with, you could always put this back on there and kind of go, okay, right there. I think the easiest way is to just line it up by sight. If you have some problems, you might have some tweezers you could grab it with. That might help you out. And you just kind of line it up by eye. If it doesn't have to be perfect, exact, but you know, by eye is pretty good. I've got that cross nice and straight, and all the buttons are in the center. So now I've got that stuck down. We could take the top layer off, and I'll just pick at it with something. You could pick at it with the tweezers or the flat screwdriver. Just kind of go at it in a spot like that. Okay, I'll get rid of that. So now we have the conductive layer, and this has a shiny side and a dull side. We need the shiny side up. We need the dull side to make the contact. So I'm going to put it down over the sticker, and what I'm going to do is just kind of center it and go right up. I want to get right past the edge. It's a little bit smaller than the clear sticker, so I don't want to go all the way edge. I just want to go past the button and just lay it down like that. So now the black is covering all 4 of those buttons. And I don't want to be pushing down on it, just lay it down. Looks good. We're all set. And to put the phone back together, some of the rubber buttons have popped out. I got to push those back in. And then lie this down in there. There's slots and stuff for it. And make sure if you got any fingerprints on the display or dust in here, you got to clean that out first. This one's very clean. And I'm just gonna put that over like that, and then carefully flip it over. Everything looks good. And we just put it back together. So I got 3 small screws that go into the lower part of the housing, the lower circuit board. 1, 2, and 3. And then the 2 longer screws, not the longest, just the medium-sized ones, go into the top board. That. There we go. And then I'm gonna flip this back closed and make sure I'm not pinching that speaker wire. And start up at the top. There's a big clip up at the top. Just put that in, and I don't see any pinched wires. Looks good. Snap it together. There we go. And then the 2 longest screws go back in here. And this is a really great repair kit. And you should never have issues again. That's it. Thanks.